Hello and welcome to another episode of the Belvista Studios Show. I'm Hannah from the Belvista Studios team, and in this episode we're going to be showing you where we find our inspiration for our e-learning projects. When you know where to look for inspiration, you can really design some epic, amazing things because you can think outside the box, see what other people in the world are doing. And I remember when I first started as an e-learning designer, I often didn't know where to look. So I remember I'd Google e-learning screen designs, and sometimes like old-fashioned e-learning would show up, or e-learning that we'd sort of already made. So I wanted to make sure that I was looking outside the box and finding new and modern designs, and looking like into the future and seeing what graphic designers are doing out of the world, and just really trying to see something new. And through that, our team has really come up with like a cool list of really great places that you can look for to find e-learning inspiration. So I'm going to start, Kim's going to go second, and I'm going to show you where I get my e-learning inspiration from. So number one is Behance, and Behance is basically graphic designers put their work on this website, and there's some really beautiful things that they add. And you can get some really great inspiration, like how to have text on a blank screen. You can see here, like we've got a really cool, like bright neon design going on. It shows you not just like the one type of thing. There'll be like posters, there might be like website screens, cards, 3D graphics, illustrations. There's so much different types of inspiration that you can get. And something else that you can do as well is you can actually search for a topic, which is really useful. So for example, you could look at game design if you like gamifying your e-learning. And you can see here lots of different artwork comes up related to game design. So if you're like developing a certain topic for your e-learning, you could search for that topic and just see if anything comes up that you could use for your e-learning. The next one is Mobin. So Mobin or Mobin, I'm not really sure how to say it, but it has different apps on it, and it's like apps that are out in the real world, and it breaks it down screen by screen so you can see exactly how that app is designed. And it's a really great way to get ideas for your screen designs. So we use this for our brainstorming usually, these app designs as like stimulus to get us creative and thinking about what's possible. And what we really love about them is that often it's very minimal. So you can see here, like the title of this app is just one word, and it's just one word on screen with a blank background. And it really stands out, and it makes it feel less overwhelming and like you want to figure out what's coming next. So we've got some really great transferable skills from our e-learning from looking at these. And you can search for an app as well. So if there's a particular app that you like have seen before that you thought looked quite cool or could like relate to your project, you can search for that as well and find the exact screens for it. The next one is, it's called ABC Storylab. And what they do is they tell stories. So this is like a news company. They tell stories, and as you scroll, the different stories come to life. So it's a really cool way of basically showing information through a scrolling format. And if you're working with Articulate Rise, that is how it works. You scroll through information. So we've looked at these for inspiration for our Articulate Rise courses. I'll just show you an example of what one looks like. So you can see here, rather than it just being text on screen, see how like this is moving, but that's staying. These, and then this is moving. So as I scroll, it moves. So it's a really cool way to like bring information to life and tell it in a story format. So we've had some really great inspiration from things like that. And we've even, from looking at these, we've started designing our Rise courses in a way where they flow one block into another rather than being individual blocks. So we've been really trying to figure out how to do that. Nicole Ralph is someone else who is incredible at Articulate Rise. So shout out to Nicole Ralph. She does that really well too. But yeah, go through the Storylab. The link will be in the description. You can have a look at the different ones that they've created. My next bit of inspiration is Slidesgo. So in Slidesgo, there's lots of different presentations that you can use. So they're presentation templates. And when you think about it, PowerPoint presentations are quite similar to e-learning. So because it's like a design per screen. Often our e-learning is one design per screen. So you can have a look at these templates and see how you could use it for your project. So you can see here we've got the title, and then like the way they've broken up the information here with the like the tape and the bit of paper for the heading, like the stickers for the numbers, that's just like a type of style, the paper. And they've got so many different presentations on there that you can get inspiration from. Even so, we worked with like creating a project for kids once, for children. And there's like ones like these here, which you could get inspiration for maybe like helping teachers, improving how teachers work with their children or whatever topic you might be doing. So check that out. The next one is Pitch. So this is similar to Slidesgo, and it has lots of different presentation templates too. So I'll just show you one of them. Here we go. So some of them are like really beautiful. See here, it's just like got a spot where you could put your writing. And you can see like how the screen's broken up. We've got white here with the text and then an image on the left. You could do that with yours. And then like the gradient in the corner. So you can get some really good inspiration from those as well. Next is, so this man is amazing. I'm not sure exactly how to pronounce his name, but I think it's Punachala. And he has incredible videos. So I often look at his videos for inspiration. He goes through like UX, UI trends. Glass morphism is what I learned from him. So he'll like talk about the different types of graphic design trends that you can look into. He often shows you where you can find the assets or how you could create it yourself. And so he'll have like top UI, UX trends, where you can get free assets, things like that. So I would definitely check out his YouTube channel for inspiration as well. Something else that I look at is game design. So I think games have like, they're so well thought out, and like the amount of information that they have to get onto the screen and get across to a user, it's often a lot. And I'm always in awe at how people design games and make them user friendly and simple to understand, given that there's so much information and context. So what I often do is I look at like game screen hubs. Like that's an example of a hub for a game, and that could be the hub for your e-learning. And so you can even look on like Behance or any of the graphic design websites for game design. But yeah, just seeing like how they lay things out. Like here, like they could be, if your e-learning's gamified, you could have like different like treasure, or they might get rewards for doing certain things, and just looking for inspiration like that. Another place I look is Shutterstock, and this is where I usually do look at game design. So I've had like found really cool like title screens for e-learning, backdrops for e-learning. Like you can see here, if you wanted to gamify it, you could get like the hearts, energy, diamonds. But yeah, there's lots of, and like buttons as well. So you could add gamified buttons to your course. Like a home page here. I love this one, the jungle one. I think that one's really cool. So yeah, Shutterstock's a good place to look at different images if you wanted to look up different topics. This one's a little bit out there, but I love looking at billboards. So I think because people generally pay like a lot of money for a billboard, and it needs to be something that when people drive past, like they get the message easily. They're not there for a long time reading it. It has to be like they see it for a couple of seconds and there's the message. So if I'm working on e-learning for a certain topic, I will often look up that topic and then billboard to see if there's any like cool ideas out in the world. So an example is if you're working on a health and safety course, you'd find things like this, like little quotes like the safest risk is the one you didn't take. Have a look. But yeah, if you look through, there has been some really quirky, like smart things I've found that we've been able to replicate for our learning. And also like not just billboards, but like campaigns can be really good as well. I'll show you that. Because campaigns often like have a lot of marketing and a lot of thoughts gone behind it. Like your safety gears are between your ears, just little things like that, and having like the image that matches it. So yeah, billboards and campaigns, I think definitely check out. So they're my places that I go for inspiration. We are going to go over to Kim and she is going to share hers.
We interrupt Hannah's program because she has put in my calendar to share places that I get inspiration for our projects, and I'm going to screen share and do that in the hope of inspiring you. So the examples that I'm going to share with you now have actually inspired things that we've done differently in our team and applied to certain projects. So let me share my screen. So one place, I love to get stuff from videos. I think visually their role is to inspire us and give us something visual to look at. So Red Bull TV is really cool because I think they got a lot of money to be able to create really beautiful, aesthetically looking videos. Even from the thumbnails, you can see some themes and things standing out. This particular video, I remember showing this to the team and it inspired, I'll tell you now, but I'll just show it to you first. So it's about this surfer chick, Olympic surfer.
Caroline, just lots of her. Getting off the beach, crying, throwing her board down.
So what I love about this example and what it inspired is a lot of times with inductions, they're like, hey, can you like tell the history of our company? So we use something similar, putting it into like the, whatever that's called, the video little film type thing, putting them into like what are those, Polaroids, that kind of stuff to storytell. So yeah, Red Bull TV or anything that you watch on TV is useful. Another place that I get a lot of inspiration from is Instagram, because it tends to be a designer's place to show off their work. This daily web design place, they help me. I've definitely picked up on different things from them that I've applied to projects. I'm just trying to think, even like with the buttons here where one's highlighted, one's not, showing what's active on the screen, the orange buttons here, that has helped. I love these things where it's image with big text over it. Definitely have applied those kinds of things. Anything else there? This where it's like crossing over, we've been doing a lot of that where like images are bursting over particular elements like the circle and that, just trying to break the seal of that rectangle that we might be doing. So yeah, Instagram, another one that has influenced some of our articulate storyline 360s is this particular use of what they've done. Wait till you see how they use the movement. I can get the movement to play on this website. Is this parallax effect. And even just the movement on things, you see the images, that's really just from motion parts to animations, to GIFs that we've maybe created and beyond. So getting that kind of movement happening and things sliding on. You have the transitions as well in Storyline that allow you to do this. They have been used in some of our projects recently. This next one is first person's.
Let's see what we can find.
Just for storytelling, first person, day in the life type things, inductions, again, code of conduct, decision making, branching scenarios have been influenced by this style of thing. We've also, this is a TV show here in Australia, the Today Show, and what we've done is looking at things that we or people are currently consuming their time doing. So for example, this show is a very popular morning show. We've done this, we've replicated this for our clients, where it was a challenging interaction. So we had something come up with these lower thirds, they're called, talking about the topic stress in the workplace. We had our two presenters. It went out to a journalist who gave the facts and the statistics on a project, or sorry, on stress in the workplace and things like that. So yeah, just having a look at storytelling, replicating. This was what at the time I was kind of talking a lot around education through entertainment. So we tried to look, what are people currently getting their entertainment from in their real lives, and how can we educate them by replicating that? So yeah, that was something that we did. guys, come on, the Belvista Studios Show. That is where it is, why it exists in the first place, is for all this inspiration. So we've had many, many, many fantastic guests on. And the reason we asked them in the first place is because we've seen something that inspires us of theirs, and we want to dig deeper and learn more about it. So go check out the Belvista Studios Show, the playlist. There's over 25 videos.
Question, would you build a website for a major brand with more than 200 million users using
one? Let me skip that ad. Is we're literally seeing RISE examples that are used in client projects to inspire yours. I'll just quickly skim through so you can see. This is Cinematograph. We got that from Canva. Yeah, so go look at the Belvista Studio Show. There's heaps of interactions, heaps of activities, heaps of 360 projects, RISE projects that you can get inspiration on from us and our fabulous guests that have come on and shown over the years. Next place is Canva. Canva, oh wow, it's been a game changer for us, especially as non-traditionally trained designers. But if you go into templates, look at this: social media, personal, business, marketing, but what's within it? Posters, flyers, infographics, websites, presentations. If I just go in here, it means that you're just looking for good stuff that you can change the colors on or replicate for your own design. So I feel like this is a fantastic place to get inspiration. So let's have a look. This is just coming up. There's definitely, we've used this a lot. What am I thinking? Have I got any here that stand out? I guess what we have done recently, education, you can just filter it, let it do its thing, go to colorful and maybe playful, because we did one recently that was to do with kids. So I just want to see if anything comes up and I can show you. Which ones have we used? I don't know, even this, look, you know, like the post-it notes and the little profile pic of whatever that is. Oh, do you know what we did do? You're going to see it actually in another example. Let me find it. Canva is failing me now. So teachers have these things called lesson plans, which is just a way, what I was looking for was something to communicate many bits of information. So a lesson plan did look at all these, like how it's breaking up the content into basically little squares, different sizes. Is it full width? Is it two together in two different columns? So we're looking at this. That actually has influenced another project that we've done with message, next message, to deliver on screen as you scroll down through RISE. I'm seeing if there's one, these little things of like the lines, dotted paths coming down. I'll show you how we've used that later in something else. But anyway, Canva's brilliant. Next thing is, I'm really big about the outside world. So my next couple of ones are around that, just to be a bit different. I love bookstores. I'll just go in, and I love at the airport actually, those stores where you can just go and the top 100 books of the travelers that are passing through or whatever. I'm really big about looking at the covers. I think you can get a lot of inspiration design-wise from them visually, but remember, they have one place to sell their book, and that is the front cover. So how they're thinking about the what text goes on screen, what colors they've used, what is the imagery that is shouting out for you to go, hey, pick me and buy me over all the other books that you might see. So yeah, bookstores are really, really cool. Same with libraries. I put them in the same category. Next one is cafes. We've definitely used inspiration from cafes to communicate information, especially when there is a lot of information that needs to be communicated. So if we have a look at, what is this one? You know, they're trying to get across many different things, multiple bits of information, I think, and just this dynamic movement across the screen is beautiful. So we've definitely used that kind of stuff. But yeah, menus, here's another different type, where there's lots of conflicting bits of information, not necessarily a hierarchy to the information, but if you think about a job aid, I would say that a bit of my inspiration definitely comes from menus. The next one I have is, if you guys it's about getting out into the world. We as a team do these team excursions. And for you guys that if you can't get out, you get to join them, because we've done a couple now and they're on our YouTube channel. And in this particular one, we went out and had a look at graffiti, and I'll just go through it. But different bits of graffiti allowed us to inspire how we might tell stories if text didn't exist. So that was quite cool for us. So yeah, excursions, get out, look around the world. We've done museums as well, art museums, history museums. So I would say get out there and see different things that your council or local community might be putting on. Another thing is music festival posters, because again, they've got a lot of information to get across to hook you and make you spend a significant amount of money to go visit their thing. So let's just have a look at a couple, bring them up. But posters, you see them at bus stops. Where else? On the side of buses, there's a really cool pet store advertisement happening at the moment on buses here in Brisbane. And yes, I like to get my inspiration from that. Oh, is there anything a bit random? I don't know, just like what's catching your eye there. If there's things that are catching your eye here, is likely to catch your learner's eye. What is it? Is it the color? Is it the way things are laid out? Is it the size of text? So just thinking about those sorts of things. So posters. Another one I would encourage is this. I have brought this one up from an email that stood out and made me donate money to a charity. But I think charities and places like that that are asking you for money do it in a really effective way. So these guys sent me an email. I ended up donating money, but what was it specifically? How did they hook me emotionally? So maybe you'll have some in your own inbox that allow you to do that. And shout out to the Smith family that I do believe are doing some great things here. They help, your money gives school uniforms, books, and gets kids that are less privileged out there being able to go on school excursions, or just to show up to school every day with actual uniform and shoes, because school's hard enough. And not to be judged for maybe having a hole in your shirt or whatever. So yeah, the Smith family, looking at charities, how they're even messaging. Look at that highlight, you know, let's see what else they got on. Make a difference. How are they writing their messaging to get donations to exist for other people, to have an impact on other people, which then also stemmed. So we do write in a similar way when we write our storyboards. That's why I brought that one up. The last example I wanted to show is also stemmed from something that happens with these guys. So I sponsor a child with them, and we get these letters from the kids and their student profile. And the way that they're set up is like, this is what I'm learning, this is what I'm most proud of, whatever it is. Letter to the sponsor, you can write back to them. It's really cool. Couldn't find a good example on Google, but it has actually inspired one of our projects. That's what I wanted to start with Canva and then link it to this. Is we used one of those lesson plans, and in our example, we've done a student profile. The thing that we're trying to get librarians to know about children is, first of all, they're a kid, they have individual needs, interests, passions, and to motivate them to enjoy that experience at the library that they're there to do, we're giving them, helping them empathize better with kids. So yeah, they're my things. Thank you, Hannah, for the opportunity to share some of the places that I get inspiration. I hope this makes you open your eyes wider to just looking digitally for best e-learning examples and going out and appreciating the world around you so that you can create better designs and have a more impact through the things. But that's where I get my inspiration. Back to you, Hannah.
Thank you for checking out our video on finding e-learning inspiration. We hope that it has inspired you. Please check out the resources in the description below. You can find out exactly where we find our inspiration. Have a look through, bookmark it if you want to. And I'm super excited for you to be inspired for your next e-learning project. Thanks for tuning in.
What's up, awesome human? Thank you, thank you, thank you on behalf of myself and the Belvista Studios team for continuously choosing to learn with us. We really appreciate it. If the tips and the insights and the context resonate with you and you want to take your skills to the next level, or you want to make your life way easier, you will love our Creator Hub. The Creator Hub is a place for people like you and us. Basically, it's the stuff that we use internally at Belvista Studios, and then we just share it publicly with you. The Creator Hub is created by instructional designers for instructional designers, and what you'll love there at the moment is we've got a quiz, Could I Be a Better Instructional Designer, that has so much tips in the feedback if you're interested in human-centered design or just taking your skills to the next level in terms of the solutions you're creating, the problems you want to solve. But in there as well, aren't we cute? That's us. But we've got the coaching courses, freebies, give us gratitude, and also we've got some templates. And basically they're always around the lens of learning experience design, instructional design, and e-learning. So a human-centered design focus is very much what we're about at Belvista Studios. So putting your learners at the heart of a solution and creating something for their needs. So there's the human-centered design stuff, and then we've also got the business stuff. So this is the stuff they don't teach you about when you want to become a freelancer or a consultant in the instructional design world. So go check it out. The link is in the description. You can check out everything that is available for you. Thank you for choosing to learn with us. Continuously invest in your skills. You will be rewarded as an instructional designer. Share this stuff, share it with other people, because when we are better instructional designers, we create better solutions that create better humans, that create a better world. So we have a very important role, and I'm excited to be on this journey with you. Have an awesome day.